Today we're gonna make tonkatsu.
Don't mistake that with tonkatsu, which is the pork bone broth in ramen.
Yes, we're making deep fried Japanese pork cutlets.
If you're new to kind of cooking, we do sous vide recipes and a lot of other experiments and recipes as well. So make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you know when we have a new video.
So today we're gonna do a little experiment. We are going to try one with cheese inside. Mainly because I like cheese and I've had it with cheese and it was really good. So I'm gonna try it. Don't know how it's gonna work, but never know.
We know for sure that the classic one, the plain one, is perfect in the sous vide because it cooks it perfectly, and we only really need to fry the outside and give it a nice golden crispy outside. So for sure that's gonna be working.
Yeah, and the sous vide, one advantage that it has is that we can make a really thick cut. Like this is about 1 inch thick, and we're going to be able to cook this perfectly in the sous vide instead of like if we did on the pan, the outside would be completely cooked and the inside, you don't know.
The way to combat it if you're not using a sous vide is to use the tenderizer, and you make it as thin as possible, right?
Yeah.
But then you will lose that meaty texture, which we like.
Yep. I'm going to start with our experiment. We're going to do it by cutting a small incision. So in the middle, we're going to cut it open. Okay. You don't want to make it too big on this side, but you want to make sure you get in as far as possible because you want that cheese to spread, or at least I think I want my cheese to spread. You just have to feel where you are now. Going in blind. We have our pocket, and we're going to slip our cheese straight into there.
We have a nice melty mozzarella.
Maybe I cut it too big.
Maybe your cheese is too big.
Nope.
You're good?
It's good. No one will even know there's cheese inside. The next step is to salt.
All right.
We're gonna get salt on all of it, all sides. Since it's such a thick cut, we can go pretty heavy on it. On the sides, I just used the leftover salt on the board. Okay. So for the cheese ones, I was thinking about what would happen if I just put it directly in the bag. Would the cheese just leak out?
I feel like it would. That's a big incision.
Right?
I think it would just melt.
So then I thought, why don't we just wrap it in saran wrap? That way we avoid
Leakage?
leakage.
We had pork cutlets before, but the ones that we had in Japan, actually a good friend of mine, his name is Vin, he's an artist in Japan, took us there, and it's more of like a casual.
It was in a train station.
Yeah, well, there's
But
lots
we
of
also
good
realized like
food
all the
in
food, the
the
good
subway
food is
station.
in the subway station.
It's a casual like franchise style restaurant, but it
Yeah.
was the best cutlet that we've ever had. We just had the classic one. The batter was light, it was super crispy, the pork chops were juicy, and there were unlimited cabbage. So that was good.
That was your favorite part, the
No,
unlimited cabbage?
no, the pork was good. I'm just saying there was unlimited cabbage. That was a bonus.
It's like we never eat vegetables or something. Yeah, I'm gonna try and roll it as tight as I can. Try and get out air. Okay. So, see, that's nicely closed up. Hopefully this will survive. Next up, we're gonna bag it. We're gonna use simple Ziploc bags.
Are you putting the 4 of them together?
No, I'm gonna put them separate just in case since we've never done this. So, 1, 2, this one's easier. 1, 2. We took it to sous vide and then I chilled it. I put it into ice water into the fridge. We want to have as much space as possible or as much time as possible to build the crust without cooking the meat. So the more chilled it is, the easier that would be. Okay, so here's our regular one. This is our cheese-filled one. So the first step is to dry these as well as you can. You don't want to have any wetness. We're gonna flour it on both sides. Okay, so one important thing here is to knock off any excess flour because if you have too much, it will create bubbles. And if it creates bubbles, that will separate from your skin and your crust will fall off. I'm gonna take a piece with cheese.
The crust is very crunchy still. The pork is very tender, and the only thing I would do is probably salt it a little bit more.
I think so.
But the katsu sauce really helps.
I think like the next time, for the cheese one at least, when we cut that pocket, I think I'll put salt inside. I think that'll help it a lot. Other than that, I think it's pretty good. I think it's tender. You really taste the pork, you taste the cheese. I don't know what else you can ask for. You saw the cabbage that we used in the beauty shots. The trick to the cabbage is to cut it really thin. We use our mandolin on like the second or third smallest setting, and then to put it into ice water, and that's how you can get the nice crunchy cabbage. Otherwise, if you just put it directly from the mandolin, then it will be a little soft and it won't be as nice and fluffy and crunchy.
If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. That would help us a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and make sure to give us a comment or any feedbacks below.